All right, guys. Now, this is Shinoa. And Shinoa is a 1 year, this is just a puppy, guys. She is a puppy. She's only 1 year old. She was born last April down in Florida. And if anybody has been to the Wolf Ranch or remember the animal that they used to use, his name was Juno. He was by far, well, him and Odin were probably your once-in-a-lifetime animal. Juno was 9 years old, and unfortunately about a month ago we lost him. He had a tumor on his spine there that was inoperable, and we did everything we could to save him. The vets had said that he'd probably never walk again, so we could not do that to him. So we let him go, and he's buried at the ranch under a pine tree. And she's taken over for him, and she's doing very, very well. Now, she is a North American gray timber wolf, pure wolf of pure subspecies. Now, guys, this is the type of wolf that would have been in this area years ago before they were exterminated, okay? And basically, when she walks around, if you look at her tail, when she loosens up a little bit, her tail hangs straight down. It doesn't crook to the left or to the right like a German Shepherd. It does not curl like a Husky or Malamute. If we see any of those characteristics in her tail, that would be a good indication that there is dog in her. Okay, naturally she doesn't have that. Also, when she spins around, take a look at the black dot on her tail, right there. About a quarter of the way down her tail. It's a little black, that looks like you took a can of spray paint, put a little dot there. That is called the scent mark. That designates the location of a gland. It is called the tarsal gland. That is her personal identification. That is the same as your fingerprints, DNA, social security number, and birthday, everything that makes you unique to anybody else in the world. That's what that gland does for canines. So if you've ever noticed when dogs first meet each other, because of their wolf heritage, they must establish dominance. One must be dominant, one must submit. That's the way they think. They have to do that. So you watch them through body language. They puff up on each other, try to back each other down. Usually within 5 to 8 seconds, one of those animals will submit. Roll over, lick under the chin, you know, and then the other one stands over the top. They've established dominance. If you see two dogs going at it in a full-blown fight, that means that neither one of them would submit. They both want to be dominant. What they're going to do is settle it. Now, usually when it's over with quickly and there is no conflict, you kids all think it's real funny, but you ever see where they go and they start sniffing each other on the rear end here? Okay, what they're doing is checking that gland. Remember, their nose is so powerful that they rely on smell as number one to identify each other, whereas we rely on sight because we don't have that powerful of a nose. Okay, so you know what that's like, guys? You know what, when they do that, you know what that is? That's kind of like an animal handshake. Now, aren't you glad we don't do it that way? I wouldn't want to be meeting anybody at the mall, you know. Hi, I remember you. How are you? Okay, I'll see you later. I got enough friends. I'll meet you later. Okay. All right. Also, now she's a little dirty right now because of all the rain we had, and she got a little muddy. But otherwise, she's got a beautiful coat. And if you'll notice, she's got long legs. Keep her up out of the snow. She has her built-in snowshoe paws. Look at the size of those paws. And this is a puppy. Okay, you should see the males, like the Arctic. Huge, huge paws, like built-in snowshoes. As you guys know, it is very difficult for us to get through the deep snow. Our feet are too small in proportion to our body weight to get through the deep snow. So what the pioneers, what the Indian people did thousands of years ago is they looked at the animals that live in snow country. How do they get along so well? Well, you'll notice elk, caribou, and moose have great big hooves. Bears, cougars, and wolves have great big paws. So what the Indians did thousands of years ago is they just copied what nature's already figured out. And of course, if I had the straps on there, you just strap your foot on there. And guys, this has been used for thousands of years, and it is still very heavily used because basically, guys, there is no improving on it. And variations of that would be cross-country skis or downhill skis, making your feet better, stay up on top of the snow, to just like the animals are already equipped with. Also, she has more webbing in between her toes, more so than a dog, for that snowshoe effect. She also has big, powerful claws for traction, for going across frozen lakes, up the sides of ice-covered hills, while following the elk and the caribou, looking for that animal that they're going to try to take down for food. Also, guys, if you look at her back legs, many dogs, but not all dogs, have those dew claws, those little spur claws on the inside of their rear ankles. Well, guys, wolves don't have those. So if she had two dew claws, one dew claw, or even a partially developed one that I could feel that would be a guarantee, there's dog in her somewhere down the line, and she is not a pure wolf. Also, she has a much larger cardiovascular system than a dog this size that would be bigger heart and lungs, pumping a tremendous amount of blood, carrying oxygen to the brain. That would enable this animal to trot 8 to 10 miles per hour in the snow, 20, 25 miles in the snow. They don't have to stop and rest. I don't believe there's a dog out there that could keep up with a wolf or a wolf pack that's on the move, and basically, they have developed that system over thousands and thousands of years of following the migrating elk and caribou herds. Okay, also, she has a much larger stomach than a dog this size. This animal here, as an adult, if I put 25 pounds of meat over here and a pile over here, This animal can eat 25 pounds of raw meat. A dog this size, maybe 6, 7, 8 pounds, okay? And the reason for the oversized stomach, well, let's say that we're a wolf pack, okay, guys? Well, we're hungry. So, the hunters are all going to go hit the trail, try to make a kill, get something to eat. Back here at the den, Mama's going to stay here with the babies to protect and feed them. Last year's babies, called yearlings, like Shinoa, are going to stay back to help Mom babysit and learn how to handle the pack. The older animals that can't travel well anymore are going to stay back to supervise, okay, and while the hunters are out looking. Okay, science has proven over and over again years ago that a wolf pack is the closest thing to a human family of any animal that walks this planet, the way they take care of each other as a unit, not as individuals. Now, they might go 60, 80 miles, they make a kill. Well, they know that the animals back here must be fed. Well, their neck muscles are not designed to bring that much meat, that distance. And by the time they went that distance, probably through the creeks and the brush, all the meat would probably fall off. So what they do is they fill their oversized bellies. As they're coming across the field, approaching back to the den, the animals protecting the babies will rush out to greet them. They will be thoroughly sniffed over. If there is an intruder, he will be torn to shreds. He's not even supposed to be in their territory, let alone near those babies. After everybody greets everybody, well, guys, the meat's in her belly, but you're hungry. So how do we take care of that? Go ahead, say it. I know it's...
You eat her.
No, you don't eat her. Oh, good move. She throws it up. Yeah, we could use that, or we could use the proper scientific term. We could use regurgitation. How about that? Would that work better? Throw it up or go regurgitate, either one you want. And so, basically, when they come here, all the animals that need to be fed, they can smell the blood and the meat on their breath. So they all start licking under the chin. They all start whining and submitting, please give me some food. Well, what happens is they start all regurgitating to feed everybody else. Now, the adults, we eat the bigger, chunkier pieces of meat, and the pups will eat the meat that's already well chewed and partially digested. Makes you want to go home. Good visual there. Makes you want to go home and get a sloppy Joe right now, right? Isn't that sloppy Joe is for everyone today. Okay. Now, another similarity between us and nature. Kids, when you were babies, you did not have any teeth. So you were on Mom around the baby bottle. Okay, well, your teeth start coming in, so Mom says it's about time to start thinking about putting you on solid food. Well, you weren't getting McNuggets and pizza just yet. So Mom went to the store and bought those little jars of that gross-looking Gerber-strained baby meat, that yuck-looking brown pudding. Your mothers gave you that. Can you imagine that? Okay, you know what that is? That's a direct copy of meat that has already been chewed up and is partially digested. Okay, so again, I'm going to pick on Tinley Park. About another 9 years ago, I went to Tinley Park. We had a whole school assembly. I figured the kids would know that I was kidding. Apparently, they did not. I said, kids, let's all go home today. Chew up a hot dog really good. Spit it out on the plate, and then feed it to your little brother. And you've just simulated how wolves feed each other. Well, many of the children went home and did that. Okay, so my phone was ringing for about a week with parents and children and our teachers asking me, what did you tell these children to do? So kids, do not try this at home. You guys heard me and it's been recorded. Okay, don't call me. All right. Also now, if you notice, Shinoa has, she doesn't have real big German Shepherd ears. She is a cold country animal. Her ears are small and very heavily furred to withstand the terrible cold. Guys, the colder, the better. 30 below zero with a 30-mile-an-hour wind. All those wolves are out there romping and playing like we were all down on Oak Street Beach. Okay, and also now this is her first winter coat, so it's a puppy coat, so it's kind of fuzzy looking. She's going to get a much more heavier coat, and actually right now she is about halfway through what's called blowing her winter coat out. She has already shed out in her legs. Okay, that's her summer coat, and as you can see, all this wool that's coming out here, that is coming out by the handfuls, and she likes me to help her get it out. Oh, she likes that. Yeah, here we go. All right, now basically, guys, if you've ever torn open your sleeping bag, parka, ski gloves, you know the white insulation in there? It looks like cotton. It's called Thinsulate. Where do you think we stole the idea? Right there. Exact copy. That is exactly the same thing as Thinsulate, and pretty much nature supplied that for us. So what we're going to do is here, Shinoa is going to go ahead and supply us with free souvenirs for the kids. There you go. Real wolf fur right there. You're the only kid on the block. Okay. Now, who would like to see Shinoa's teeth? Okay, I need one volunteer. Okay, apparently you kids have not been in the military yet. You find out you volunteer for nothing until you know what it is. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my volunteers. In the bag over there, I've got a jar of bacon grease. What we're going to do is grease one of you kids up real good. We're going to take you down, put you in the trailer with Shinoa. We leave you in there for 10 minutes. Okay, now basically Tanya is a qualified EMT. That's why she's here. We got our medical kit. She is qualified to give stitches. Okay, so basically we get you all cleaned up, sanitized, stitches if necessary. Now, I might point out, all the kids last year have recovered nicely, with the exception of one. We left him in a little too long. We don't want to talk about that right now. So, but basically, everybody survived really good. So, kids, who would like to do it? Okay. Moms, dads, if your child has her hands up, you're going to have some problems now, aren't you, down the road? Okay. Well, guys, we usually do it like that, but we got a special surprise that we're going to have to do it like that next time. Now, guys, you must remember that from her ears forward is her entire survival. Eyes, ears, and nose for locating prey, mouth for capturing and eating. Wolves do not like you to touch their muzzles. They are very touchy about that. This animal has incredible jaw pressure, but Juno was an old pro. He would come here, put his nose up for me, and I'd pull his lips back. Now, again, you can see those hooks. Now, I'm getting her used to doing this. She's working with me here, so we got to do this so she learns the program. Come on over here. Apparently, she doesn't want to learn the program. There we go. All right, good girl, good girl. Okay, come on this way. Come on over here, Michelle. Okay, good girl. There we go, good girl. All right, we got to do it. We got to do it 3 times. Don't trip me. Okay, there we go. Good girl. Okay, she's getting better. Okay, and Shinoa does like to meet her public here, so she likes to come and give everybody a little kiss. There we go. There she gives wolf kisses. Okay, wolf kisses. There we go. Okay, there's their wolf kiss. Now we did have a. Last year I had some kid, the mother came up and she says, John, my son is going to follow in your feet. He's the biggest wolf fanatic on the planet. I said, well, we'll make sure he meets Juno. Juno walked up and gave him a big wet one right across the street. He looked up, across the face. He looked up and said, Mom, I'm never going to wash my face again. She says, well, we're going to probably let you go till tonight, but that's about it. Okay, so he was all into it. She's doing so good. There's those yellow wolf eyes. Okay, she's a classic, nice, big gray. All right, any questions before I bring her back down? Any? Yes?
When you put them to the ranch, is it do they act different than they would in the wild?
Well, yeah, they're used to people. They've been tamed, and I'm going to go into that when we bring our other guys out here.
I was saying that about the snowshoes. Some people use tennis rackets.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
duct tape their
That's what they
shoes
look.
to
I've seen that before. They couldn't afford the real one.
Duct tape and how old is she?
She is just 1 year old.
Can I have some?
Well, we'll see if she's got what we got left here. Okay, maybe that guy there, maybe that boy there will give it. We'll share some with everybody. Okay, here we go. Okay, I know she likes it. Now we're going to start something now. These guys will probably share with you. Okay, we got one more thing to show you here. It's one time a year, and I will be right back. I got to bring her back down. Well, guys, here's what we have. We have baby coyotes. Aren't they cute? Look at that. Look at those little faces. All right, we're going to set. Okay, you know where that comes from? Okay, out there in the wild, guys, the coyotes are perfectly happy with all the food that the rodents, the rabbits, the squirrels, right? That's their natural food. They're perfectly happy with it. Now, we go out there and we take a 100-acre cornfield and we put up 100 houses. That means the coyotes are not going anywhere. They're very territorial. They can't go anywhere. That's somebody else's territory. There's going to be a conflict of death. So they will learn to live alongside you. Extremely intelligent. They're born survivors. There are very few animals that are intelligent as coyotes. They can adapt to anything. So what happens is, you put the subdivision up, now, all their natural food, the rodents, the rabbits, the squirrels, they can't make that adaptation. The traffic, the kids, the dogs, everything like that. So what happens is,